Good morning, you guys, and happy Friday. It is Friday. Thank God it is Friday. Some people say Friday. Yay for Friday. Ah, I'd be more excited if I had to go to work around this time during the day. I'd be more excited because after that I just go home. But I gotta go to work tonight. So, but either way, it's still Friday. I'm happy for that. This guy just drove past on a four-wheeler. Look like I see some more four-wheelers down there. Or maybe that's a golf cart. I don't know. But, uh, I said I'm going to give me one of those one day. If not an ATV, probably a golf cart. Not a golf cart, but a go-kart. I always wanted a go-kart. And that'll be definitely something fun to do with the kids. I'm sure they will love that. Especially my son. But then again, Winter will probably love it too. But yeah, I had got a head start and started walking. And then I set this live up because I knew if I was going to set it up, sit in the car, I'd probably be another 15-20 minutes getting out. So I just went on ahead and struck out and went on ahead and set up. So I don't know if you guys noticed. Aloha Summer, good morning. Good morning. Mahalo. Yeah. So that says, I'm assuming that says So Real Sigma. I have a glare because of the sun, so I can't just really read the real Sigma. The real Sigma. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Matt. Good morning. So something I was noticing online about this whole Beyonce thing with her. I'm doing great, man. How about you? I'm doing great. Knocking out these quick miles on this sunny Friday morning. Getting it out the way. But so yeah, though, something I noticed online. Thank you for the sub. So Beyonce came under fire. Well, I wouldn't say she came under fire, but I would say the Levi jeans ad that she modeled in got a bit of backlash, and then very conservative, controversial Piers Morgan posted and said that, she was exuding cultural appropriation. And for the life of me, I don't even see where that was even cultural appropriation. And he compared her look to that of the late actress, starlet, socialite Marilyn Monroe. Um, to be honest, I didn't see anything Marilyn or Monroe about the ad. And I'm assuming he was referring to her wig. Her wig was this very voluminous platinum bob, full of body and everything like that. But the style was nowhere, in my opinion, had zero resemblance to Marilyn Monroe. She just wore a bob. And on top of that, considering Marilyn Monroe's body of work, she is one of the original, well, I ain't gonna say original, but one of the early on sex symbols you would think of when it comes to actresses. Marilyn Monroe would come to mind. Honestly, I didn't see anything on it that screamed Marilyn or Monroe, especially with Beyonce, still doing her Cowboy Carter tour. Well, I think she finished it. From what I read, her final concert had guest appearances by her bandmates Kelly and Michelle of Destiny's Child. But I personally, this is my thing. When it comes to these brands, especially large name brands, these brands have marketing teams, they have creative teams, they have stylists and directors and things like that. So whatever look they're going for in their ad for that photo shoot, that's what it is. I'm pretty sure that Beyonce had some negotiations when she signed the contract with her partnership with Levi, and I'm pretty sure she probably had some creative input on it as well. But the ultimate decision and the final cut is on Levi. So to say that, from what I read in the comments, that she was exuding cultural appropriation, she's trying to be Marilyn Monroe, and even some of our color talking about she's trying to be white, it's asinine. Like, that girl ain't trying to be nothing but what she is, and that's herself. And it's like these folks, just because they have access to social media and things like that, they feel like, they just have to give their opinion, their 2 cents. And everybody's entitled to their opinion, but that whole idea of all that is stupid. And they was also saying that the ad, I guess, was a shot to the Sweeney girl. I don't know her full name. I just remember the Sweeney part. I guess they're saying like that was supposed to be a dig at it. I don't know. I mean, they're jeans ads. I think the Sweeney girl, I think her campaign ad, I think it was with American Eagle. And I did kind of notice a bit of tea on that, because Old Navy recently released the jeans ad too, and it was very inclusive. They had all races, they had all shapes and sizes, small, petite, plus size, tall, you know. And so, and I guess American Eagle caters, I'm assuming, to a particular demographic. I don't know. I never really shopped at American Eagle. I've always been an Old Navy person. For one, Old Navy has the best sales, so of course I'm going where the sales are. But I'm assuming that's where all of that came from. American Eagle and Aeropostale, I can't really quite say or even remember the time I even shopped there. I think when they were in the Old Court Mall, once upon a time, I went in there, you know, to see what they had, and this was before I initially lost weight in 2010. So I wasn't quite plus, I wasn't really plus size. Well, I was a size 14, so yeah, I guess that's considered like early plus size. But they definitely didn't have none in my size, so I didn't shop there, but Old Navy did. So, but yeah, that whole take on that is just, it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. And because I've worked with a couple of brands, advertising their products and commercials and such, they will give you a script or at least a draft of ideas on what to do, what to say, what angles to film, and all of that. And so it's all weird to me. It's all wacky to me, for them to think that Beyonce just up and called Levi like, hey, I want to model this jean suit and and be like this. Like, that don't work like that. That don't work like that. I mean, these are brand deals and sponsorships, and the girl is getting paid. Like, shoot. And folks are just, hey, mouthpiece. And folks are just, just looking for a reason to be mad at the girl. Now, I am a fan of Beyonce. I'm not Beehive, but I am a fan. She definitely is up there in the ranks as far as female entertainers. Of course, everybody who knows me knows that my favorite entertainer of all time is Michael Jackson. So, and Beyonce is up there in the ranks, as far as entertainers. I would say Michael is number one. Tina Turner's number two. Janet Jackson's number three. And between Usher, Chris Brown, and Beyonce, they are a tie in a fourth. I mean, they're all great entertainers, So they all put on a great show. It's pretty much legendary for the most part. Michael, we don't even have to go there with him. I mean, my number one argument is that, hey, they had the Super Bowl at Michael Jackson's concert. And he stood there for 5 minutes and didn't say nothing. He just stood there and everybody just went full on ape shit. You know, women and children crying, grown ass straight men passing out. You know, so hey, so that's no argument there. You know, his concerts was legendary, even down to his This Is It rehearsals, even though he never got to formally do the tour because he passed. But you can even see in the rehearsals the ideas that they had and where they were going with that. So I do believe that had he not passed, the concert, you know, definitely would have been legendary. And you know, he, as a performer myself, I know how the rehearsals go. You know, it's like when you're rehearsing, you probably give like 75% in rehearsals. You know, you try to preserve your strength, your endurance and everything like that. You know, try to preserve your vocal cords and all of that. And then, you know, then the big show, you know, hey, you tear their mouths out. But Tina Turner, I remember as a little girl first seeing her video, What's Love Got to Do With It, and that had to have been maybe, look, I said as a little girl, hell, I was a toddler. I think in 1984, 1985, but I remembered seeing that video and seeing her, you know, walking down the street, you know, with her denim jacket and her black dress and those pumps, and just, you know, her little Tina Turner strut. And I remember seeing that, and that's where I fell in love with Tina. And her Private Dancer album, I played that I played that cassette tape like crazy. And then my second oldest nephew got a hold to it and pulled the ribbon out and destroyed my cassette tape. And my heart was broke. I was so hurt. Cause that was my prized possession at the time. Janet, come on, man. What can I say about Janet? I think for her, it was the Pleasure Principle video that did it for her. I am in love with that video, where she got on the all black and she's in like the little warehouse and she's dancing and stuff like that. And then that move where she hopped over the chair and, you know, kind of turned the chair over. Like, and I even attempted that move successfully. Will I do it now? Hell no. No, I will not. Oh no. I dare not do that now in my 42s. Yeah. And her videos, you know, had their own little storyline and stuff like that. And I came into dancing when I was 10. So all of her videos that had dance sequences, you know, like if I don't know why I can't think of it in my head, but Rhythm Nation, that's it. Jesus Christ, Rhythm Nation. And fun fact, I actually performed that choreography in the Black History program at my middle school when I was in the 8th grade. We did that performance and I killed it. And my 10th grade year, we did the choreography to If at my high school. So I am definitely not a stranger to performing and dancing, things like that. And then of course her concerts were legendary too. And you cannot talk about slow walking guys, salute. So you cannot talk about Janet's concerts without bringing up the interactive part of the show, where she would pick a victim out of the crowd and tie them up and seduce them and literally make these men cream on the stage. You know, they going ape shit. They screaming. It's the funniest. It's definitely the funniest thing, and I love how she owned it. She owned her sexual prowess. Just, you know, very dominating, and as far as me, anything where you could dominate a man, hey, I am here for it. Where you just make them putty in your hands. Like I live for that. And then of course Beyonce, Chris Brown, and Usher, you know, they put on great shows. They are hella dancers. Of course with Beyonce, you might as well say we practically grew up with shit. Honestly, we grew up with all three of them. To be honest with you, we grew up with all three of them. Beyonce, Usher, and Chris Brown. Because Chris Brown, I want to say is a year, 2 or 3 younger than me. I know he an 80s baby. That much I know. But yeah. So we grew up with, you know, with those three. And of course, Usher, I remember, you know, seeing this cute little boy, whatever, you know, I got fellas in the chat, so I ain't just gonna gush too much over him, but we know why a lot of us ladies love Usher. Raymond. You know, great dancer, great voice, puts on a great show. I loved his Super Bowl performance, and one of these days I'm just gonna say carpe diem, and I'm just going to get some concert tickets, maybe a plane ticket, you know, and get a room and shit. I'm just gonna get out, go to one of these concerts and live, man. You know, life is too short. Chris Brown, another great performer, great voice. He is definitely all around. I would say if I could compare anyone to Michael Jackson, it would be him. I mean, not on the same level, but he definitely could compare. And of course, he's heavily inspired by Michael, as is Usher, heavily inspired by Michael Jackson. And he came up on a little bit of trouble, you know, the whole thing with Rihanna, and you know, he, you know, sought help, paid his debt to society, whatever it was he had to do, and in my opinion, he redeemed himself. And they tried to blackball him. They tried to cancel him. They still trying to do that to this day, and he's still going. He's still going. He did not go with the machine. He made his own way, made his own route, and as you can see, he's still going strong. You know, he's still getting awards. He's on tour right now, releasing countless albums and singles. You know, and he's not showing any signs of slowing down. And Beyonce, of course, Beyonce was like that. She was like that homegirl you went to school with. For me, you know, when Destiny's Child came out, the original Destiny's Child, when there was 4 of them, they were like these girls that, you know, the girls that you hung with in high school, you know, real fun, you know, like have girl talk and stuff like that. And of course their songs were very relatable, and of course definitely current with the times, especially for a lot of us girls, you know, in middle school and high school. I want to say in the 8th or 9th grade, when they got their big break. No. It's cool. And then, of course, seeing them mature and evolve, and they went out to, you know, do their own things. And to be quite honest, I mean, Beyonce was pretty much that focal point of the group, so it made sense that, you know, when she went solo, she blew up the way she did. You know, I know a lot of folks, you know, want to throw in the Illuminati, blah 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 blah. Man, look, I don't care about none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? All that conspiracy stuff. You know, the way I look at it, you know, she has, you know, great parents, you know, on her team, and great management and all that stuff. And then, of course, you know, she married Jay-Z, and they were like that R&B and hip-hop Bonnie and Clyde, you know. But yep. But I got some other favorites, though. Like, I got Aaliyah. Definitely got Aaliyah. Rest in peace to Aaliyah. She was one of those other ones, you know. Of course, she was out before Destiny's Child. And after the whole age ain't nothing but a number, and she disappeared to finish school, and then she came back, you know, whole new style, whole new sound. She had, you know, started working with Missy and Timbaland, and that sound, you know, is iconic. And then, of course, she worked with like Fatima Reed, one of the biggest choreographers in the game, you know. And you think with choreographers of that time, you think of Fatima, you think of Laurieann Gibson, you know, all of those choreographers, great women. And I definitely wanted to work with them at a point in time in my life. Like, I actually wanted to be a background dancer. Like, I really did, but I don't know, it never happened. It never happened. But yeah, though. So Aaliyah, of course, TLC, can't forget TLC. You know, they were like the big sisters. You know, they had their songs, their style, stuff like that. It's like, it's so many artists You know, I got Prince, I got Patti LaBelle, Gladys, Shaka Khan, Alicia Keys, Erykah Badu. I got a lot of uh, great singers and singers under my you know, under my playlist. Oh, I definitely can't forget about Luther Vandross. Oh my goodness. He had a documentary. Well, I ain't gonna say he had a documentary, but a documentary on his life and career is out now on Max. And for anyone that's a fan of Luther, I encourage them to watch it, because it definitely you know, opens the glass to, you know, to seeing who he was, how he was, as far as his ethic and stuff like that. And there was a lot of things about him I didn't even know, and it made me have an even more greater love for him. You know, as far as his life, as far as his journeys with his health and his weight, and even seeing, you know, his grassroots, you know, where he started, you know. And he was a you know, he was a background singer for David Bowie, you know what I'm saying? And listening to those songs is like, until I saw that documentary, I was like, yo, that is him in the background. Like you could really hear his voice. I was like, wow, you know. And and his, you know, career he had when he was just doing, how you doing, jingles and commercials and stuff like that, and how he was, you know, he was making big bank off of that. I was just doing jingles, you know what I'm saying, commercials and stuff like that. Like, so he was getting checks for that, man. Look. And then the part about his life that made me sad was that he, you know, the one, you know, he had everything. He had the money, he had the fame, you know, the life of luxury. But the one thing he wanted more than anything was someone to share it with. Like, how can the most sought after, most admired, most loved person, you know what I'm saying, in the R&B universe, be lonely in that regard, you know, romantically? And of course, you know, the rumors was out there, you know, that he was gay. And I ain't gonna lie, looking at his demeanors and stuff like that, I was like, yeah, he was gay, you know. But at that time, being gay was taboo, especially in the R&B world. You know, that was unheard of. That was a big no-no. And the only person who could really get away with that was RuPaul. You know, he was the only person that could get away with that at that time. And then you didn't hear about everyone else until like after they died, you know, before HIPAA became a law, and it was actually told, you know, how these people passed away, and a lot of them, you know, passed away from HIV/AIDS, and it was revealed that they did have a gay lifestyle. And then, of course, later on in the 90s, you had George Michael, rest in peace, Boy George, Elton John, Ricky Martin, you know, all come out that they were in fact gay. But the fact that Luther was lonely and didn't have no one to share it with, you know, that broke my heart. That really did. Um, you know, because I was like, wow, that was the only thing he just wanted. He would have given up all that other stuff, you know, as long as he had someone to love. And there was an interview where they asked him about his love life, or if there's, you know, or is there a particular song that he feel, you know, speaks best about his life. And he said, listen to Any Love. So you don't know how the song goes. The chorus goes, everyone needs a love, no doubt. Any love, any love. And it's like, every time I hear that song, it's like I hear it different now, because you can literally feel his heart in that video, because he just wanted love, you know, he wanted love, you know, share love with someone special. And he never got that. You know, so that definitely, you know, made me sad. I was like, wow, like, that's just all he wanted. Just wanted to be loved, man. Whew. So they're like doing some tree cutting and such around here, and I got like 2 meters away from 2 miles, and I'm trying to stretch it. Okay, 199. There we go. Alrighty. And I am at my car. That's my trunk. What am I doing, toy? All right. And that is my walk for today. Whew. In my car I go. Facts like Tupac, Michael Jackson, and Luther. Right, their impact was monumental. For real, for real. And it was very much monumental. But yeah, but Luther definitely, you know, he hurt my heart. I was like, wow. And the thing about it is about love. With love, people take it for granted. People take love for granted. And they misuse it and they abuse it. And, you know, that ain't cool. You know, people take advantage, you know, and stuff like that. And then you have people that are deserving of love. Like I said, in my opinion, everybody deserves love. I would say to an extent, you know, the ones that are deserving of love deserve love. Let's put it that way. You know, we got some edges out here, you know, of course, wouldn't, nah. But, you know, I'm a lover of love. And even if he would have, you know, come out or whatever, I don't know, you know, I think, you know, he would have, you know, things probably would have been better had he lived the truth. I don't know. I could be wrong, but definitely at that time, that was definitely a no-no. And see, again, I said that I was gonna bring a towel, and I did not do it. Tragic. I think I'm just gonna keep it. It'll already be in here, and when I get in the car from walking. But yeah. Yeah, though. Yeah, Luther was definitely one of the greats. Like I said, it's so many I can talk about. You know, especially back in the days, where music meant something. Love songs, had a message behind it, had a story behind it. I ain't gonna lie now. Some of them songs though, if you listen to the words, and it's a wonder how a lot of them folks ain't locked up. There's this DJ I follow on TikTok, DJ Dev, and he has this series where where he listens to the lyrics, and he's sitting there listening to the lyrics, and he's listening to a particular part, and then the lyrics are kind of questionable. And it's like, and when you listen to them now, in our age now, and we were like, bro, you mean to tell me, these songs we had absolutely no business singing back in the day, but we did, and we sang it with our whole chest out. Oh shit, I thought I stopped. There you go, now it stopped. But yeah, we sang some of the songs with our whole chest. Some of the songs, I knew what they was, and I sang them anyway. But then there's some of them others, man, especially the cheating songs. Like the songs about cheating. Like for me, the number one song, As We Lay, by Shirley Murdoch. Like one of the most scandalous songs ever. Me and Mrs. Jones cheating in the next room. And I'm going to the blues on that. The three people sleeping in my bed. Me and my woman and the man in her head, like, oh my God. Oh, Bill. That song, Bill. Oh my God. Bill was a trip. That song, this woman, she loves her husband and she's a good wife and stuff like that. And come to find out this man on the down low. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what? And I think when I actually listened to the lyrics on that song, I had to have been like in my early 20s maybe. And I'm sitting there like, it was like growing up, I knew the breathing hard and French kissing part, but when I further listened to it, like in my 20s, she was like, he was in Bill's arms, breathing hard, French kiss. And I said, what the fuck? I said, you mean to tell me? I said, oh my God. And there was even a video to it. Man, Bill was a trip. I said, wow. Yeah, As We Lay. And then of course, Kelly Price, she covered it, and she covered it and brought it, and brought, I ain't gonna say she made it more modern to a degree, but she had the song and actually had Shirley Murdoch in the video as her mother. Giving her advice, and stuff like that. So that was like real cool. And that video was a trip. You had the husband. I forgot who played the husband, but Vivica A. Fox was the wife. She's the wife. She's, really unexpected. I need to stay my happy trails in this lane. I'm not gonna get over on this lane. But you have Vivica A. Fox, playing the wife or whatever, and portrays this little seemingly happy married couple or whatever, and it's her husband's birthday, and her daughter and her come out with this ugly ass cake they made, singing happy birthday. I know I'm wrong. I ain't gonna lie, that cake was ugly as fuck. And tell me why my ass still missed my turn. Tragic. I still missed my damn turn. Oh well. I mean, right there, just right. That's what I just do. Just veer off to the right every freaking time. Ah, boy. Yeah, As We Lay was the song. So as far as remakes, I think there are only a selected few, that can get away with remakes and making it their own. Like of course, As We Lay. Of course, Shirley Murdoch, is classic, hands down. And then Kelly Price, she did her cover. And what I liked about the cover is that it was more like the original, and that's what I like about covers. To try to stick to the original as much as possible. Don't try and make it all crazy and stuff like that. Then Make It Last Forever, when Joe and Mariah Carey did they covered Make It Last Forever, and just turns a whole nother thing, and I can't stand it. Like I love Make It Last Forever by Keith Sweat, and they just fucked that up for me. I was like, bro, don't y'all do shit else. Mariah Carey, you stay your ass in the freezer and you don't come out to Christmas. Don't you do shit else. Like I was mad. I was angry. Like, come on, like, y'all just like, how y'all just fuck up a good song like that, man? Luther Vandross. I think Luther Vandross is the only one that can get away with putting his own spin to songs when he covered like Superstar. Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? He's the only one to get away with that. Because Karen Carpenter's was a little more up tempo, but he slowed it down and just definitely made it what it was. He spun that shit out of gold, in my opinion, with Superstar. Of course, If This World Were Mine. And I think somebody else has originally did that. It wasn't Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell that I don't think that was their song. It was somebody else's song before them. Lauryn Hill with Killing Me Softly, but Roberta Flack's Killing Me Softly. I love her spin on that. That made that to a cultural hit, in hip hop. Keith Sweat again with Out in the Rain. I want to say the Dells sang In the Rain. I want to go outside in the rain. It may sound crazy. I want to say that's their song. Don't give me the line to you. I want to say that's their song. And Keith Sweat, gave it a Quiet Storm feel to it. And when I had the Make It Last Forever, it was either a CD or a tape, but Make It Last Forever, How Deep Is Your Love, and In the Rain, I played them damn songs so much. Like I had it on super repeat, especially In the Rain. Like, just, it's like you just felt that pain, like, when he's singing. Shit, who else? It's a lot of covers that I love. You know what? I might as well just head back towards my way. Oh, Troop. Oh my God, I can't forget Troop. When they covered the Jacksons, All I Do Is Think of You. First of all, I kicked myself in the ass when I found out that was actually their song, and I was like, bruh, how the hell are you a Jackson fan and you did not know that? Like, I literally kicked myself in the ass for that one. But it made me love them even more, because like I said, I love the Jacksons. But Troops, All I Do Is Think of You. Oh my God. It's like, the Jacksons, of course, everything the Jacksons touch, turns to gold. But man, Troop just, oh my God, like, yo, this is y'all song. Don't nobody else touch it. That song, yes. Yes. There's a lot of covers that I definitely love, but As We Lay was hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. As We Lay, Kelly Price's version, I mean, as far as the video was funny. I ain't gonna lie, the video was funny because for those who hadn't seen the video, you know, I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube, but you know, Kelly was cheating, you know, was with the man who was cheating on his wife, was Vivica A. Fox, and they went on this date night to this concert, and come to find out she was the one that was headlining, and you know, and Vivica A. Fox just sitting there, just so happy and unexpected, and just rocking with her hair in that flip. It was like her, I don't know what it was about her hair back then, but she kept her hair in a damn flip. In the 90s, that whole flip. Yeah. And she had that whole flipping, you know, in the video and stuff like that. She just rocking and just singing along, just happy. And she get up in dude's face, and she was like, I can't be in your life. You gotta go home to your wife. And she, like, you know, in his mind face, and then pointed at her, and then Vivica looking like, huh? Like, she was like, huh? Like, what the hell? Like, huh? You know, and then and then her dumb ass went right back to rocking with her flipped hair. It's morning and we slept the night. Get your dumb ass out the street in this ugly ass Taurus. The fuck? That rust ass shit. And they're like, damn, Toya, how you go from singing to the straight out cussing folks out? Oh boy. Man, this damn girl crazy as hell. She's in there singing and just up and just started cussing folks. This nigga bipolar. She gotta be bipolar. Y'all gotta excuse the shaking. I'm driving, and like I said the other day, you know, Memphis streets are raggedy. Memphis got some raggedy streets, so don't y'all go throwing up in motion sickness and stuff like that. Don't y'all go throwing up. I am hungry. I am good and hungry. I think I'm going to run back those I'm going to run back those peach wraps I did. What in the deuce is going on here? So I'm looking at these two squad cars. They are surrounding this they pretty much got this Chevy SUV kind of blocked, you know. I don't know if they done pull somebody over or what. Boom boom, they're taking you to jail. Boom boom, they taking you to prison where you be locked up. You said that you couldn't do it and they couldn't prove it, but they got you on camera checking tags at the scanner. Probably gonna need to call a lawyer. That song has been living rent free in my head like crazy. Hi again, Matt. Hi again. I'm about to go ahead and get up off of here so I can run to the store and all that fun stuff. Yeah, I'm going to do those run those peach wraps back. They were so good, and I love peaches. I love fruit, period. I think the only fruits I can't get down with are cantaloupe and honeydew melons. I can't rock with those. It's like they have to be they have to be good and sweet in order for me to eat them. Oh, your phone died on you. Okay. I need to check my battery. I'm good. I'm down at 2 notches according to my telephone. Looking for a guy to put your work up. So I am not going to get off over here by the airport. I am going to keep straight. I think I should be able to stay straight. Yeah, I am. I can. I know I'm not going to make this turn under the taxiway because of course under that taxiway the signal and the connection will be will come to a freeze. So passing the airport and passing my job that I will see in a bunch of hours. Stay right there, little truck. There we go. My tummy's rumbling. So I got to the store. Of course, it's pizza night. And the family eats pizza on Fridays. I won't be eating it, but they will. I might eat a slice. But for the most part, I can't partake in the pizza pie. You at 5%. Put that bad boy on the charger. Where am I from? I am from Tennessee. I reside in Tennessee. In West Tennessee, to be exact. Oh, you did? Okay. Go ahead and drink some of mine. You're from Indiana. Nice. The only cities in Indiana I know of are Gary and Indianapolis. Oh, you're from Gary. Cool. So have you been to 2300 Jackson Street? I definitely want to visit that one day. 2300 Jackson Street. Oh, you're from Indianapolis. Okay. We call it Indy for short. Indianapolis is the second largest hub in FedEx. So you got the World Hub here in Memphis, where I work, and then of course you got the second largest hub up there in Indy. And so in my opinion, Indy is like the baby hub. You know how you have the youngest child, and they get away with everything. They get whatever they want. That's how I compare the Indy hub to the Memphis World Hub, because it's like Indy On the holidays, they don't have their swords, and they divert all their stuff to us in Memphis. And I'm like, bro, that is not fair. Like, why can't we be like, why can't we not have a sword, but Indy cannot have a sword? But it's all good though. I got a friend who relocated to Indy from here. And I know he and his wife were both working at FedEx at the time. I don't think they work there anymore, but they definitely have settled and have lives in Indy, and they have since welcomed two precious little boys. And so you work for the gas station. Oh, okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. I don't knock anyone that works, period. I don't care if you work at a convenience store. As long as you're making honest money, and you're taking care of yourself. If you have a family, providing for your family or whatever, doing whatever it is you got to do. Hey, that's what's up. I'm not knocking it, not one bit. Who's getting all of my... Oh, that's coming from the A. So, where is smoke coming from? It says, have I heard Casey's? I haven't heard of Casey's. It says, have you heard Casey's? I haven't. There's this there's like this large field over here on this side, where the planes launch and where they ascend and where they descend. And this field over here, I think it's like a deer den or habitat nearby in that field. But certain times of the day when you drive by, you will see the deer out, and that's really cool. That's the company I work for. Okay, I kind of figured that's what you were alluding to. That was a gas station company. You've been there for 2 years, but I've been doing gas station total 6 years. Okay, that's what's up. See you, homie. Say what's up. Wanna be me, homie? That's what's up. About your dollar, pop your collar, then you holler. That's what's up. See me, shawty. Say what's up. Wanna fuck me, shawty? That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. What up, Pooh? What up, Jug? What up, drama? Hey, what up, mama? Hey, what up, haters? What up, hustlers? What up, real niggas? What up, busters? What up, snitches? Look at them bitches. What up, stomach? Thanks for the 6 digits. Back to the basics. I love this job most of the time. Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I love my job most of the time too. It's just the having to get up and go to work for me. Cause I work third shift, so yeah. Okay, I might be okay. Kind of driving. Okay, I'm okay. I wasn't sure how my connection was going to go, because this is like a real bad spot. I'm driving past my neighborhood, but when I actually go into my neighborhood, that's where the connection will drop and all that stuff. Cause I don't know what the deal is with connection in my neighborhood, but it sucks. It sucks big time. Oh, there it go. I spoke it just then. I just spoke it. Okay. I pretty much assumed that you weren't a teenager. I assumed that much. You know, because you said that you've been doing it for 6 years. So. You want to argue. I can't argue with you. You mad. I can't argue with you. No. Look at you. Look at you. You mad. You big mad. I'm happy. Leave me alone. I'm happy. I am very random. I am very random. Oh, you said you're not a manager, but you. I thought you said you're not a teenager. I was like, oh, did you say it? I'm not a manager, but I work more than my manager. I thought about going through the training and possibly moving to being a manager, but I changed my mind. I said, you know what? I enjoy my peace a lot more. I enjoy my peace a lot more. So. Yeah, so. Well, alrighty. I am at my first stop and I have to use this app to place my orders. So I am going to go on ahead and log off. I'm not even going to sit here and say I may go live tomorrow, because I honestly, I don't even see me doing it. But if I do, I do. And if I don't, we will definitely do this again Monday. Because like I said, my kids are back in school, and I'm going back to the gym at my time that I usually go, like around 8:30, and then at the park. So yeah. But if I'm feeling random, I may go live. And if not, I'll see you guys Monday. But yeah. But thank you guys for rocking with me, conversing, talking music and covers and scandals and all that stuff. I will see you guys. Y'all have a great weekend. Salute to y'all. I'm going to count it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Have a great weekend, y'all. Have fun. Turn up. If you rest, hey, do that too. But see y'all later. Bye.